Welcome back to the Chammy, the only Chammy where you can get a professional tarot card reading from a haunted house in a haunted grave in a haunted town. Haunted one-horse town. Just going to come by and see if anybody shows up late. I've been popping in late because these are like the times that the YouTube studio tells me are good times to post videos or go live. But I'm not so sure I believe them. So when I do these paid live readings, I also do a free collective message for everybody at the end. Tonight I'm going to be talking about law of attraction, law of assumption, as well as helping people with grief counseling if somebody needs something like that. So I guess I'll just get my notes and wait to see if anybody comes by. Hey, Rip and Deep, how are you tonight? Welcome back to the Chammy. I'm good. Thanks so much for asking. How was your weekend? Did you have a good time? Right on. What you learning? Thank you. Welcome to my living room. How do I select winners? So you have to subscribe and hit the bell button notification thingy. You also have to leave a comment on your favorite video on the channel or whatever video you like or don't like. And then on the first of the month, I'll put people's names in. Like I'll sit down on the live and write all the names that left comments in that month. a previous month and put all the names into a magic Greek hat. And then I'll just pick the winner randomly. Sometimes while I'm like, shuffling, the names will just fall out of the hat. Sometimes there's one name, sometimes there's two, so I'll give away a 40 card free reading, and then I'll give away a 20 card one for the runner-up. Okay, awesome. I thought I'd stop by just to see who might be on tonight because I was told by YouTube that this would be a good time for me. Yeah, I've been adding some more videos that are not live, and then doing a few more extra lives a week when I have some time. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you online. Thanks for coming by. So maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, a.m. Eastern Standard Time, maybe it's not such a good time. I was going to talk about some law of attraction stuff, but it's so much better when I'm saying it and there's actually people in the chat than being a sleepy Sunday night and just talking to myself. So I may end the live soon because everybody's probably in bed or traveling or working. Hey Sophie, how are you, dear? How are things going with you? Did you have a good weekend? I'm hanging in there. I got online because YouTube tells me this is a good time to post or go live, so I figured I would just see how it went. I've been kind of experimenting with that over the last couple of days. Really? That's kind of hoping for the same kind of night, but I think it's cleared up. Wait, he called you? Or you reached out? But you're still waiting. Yeah, he'll call you again. I was going to ask you, what is it that you are in hopes of manifesting? What is it that you want? He'll probably be calling just to ask how you're doing again. When you called him, when you talked to him, when this person reached out, did you ask them but why? Did you tell him that you like him a lot? I think he does too. And it's even more relevant that he does because you're already feeling it. For a long time, I was like, well, like with my SP, it was like, does he not? Does he not? But it was pretty easy to get confirmation through his own actions. He tells you to pray for him. That's not a bad thing. That kind of stuff just comes naturally to some people, But yeah, I'm sure he'll call you again. I also couldn't go to bed right away when I wanted to because I ate dinner late. So it's like I'm gonna get online and just see if anybody's online at all. Because you have to wait a couple hours before you go to bed. So I figured I'd work late tonight. So where is he? Is he in a different state? Oh, okay. Well, that's really far away. Yeah, thank God we have a wonderful relationship. It's not the only normalcy in my life. Excuse me. Somebody sent me a picture of my dog sitting on this couch. It's so cute. I'm going to save it. I think I hear him. Is that him? I thought I heard a puppy roof. Yeah, I guess when I was doing a live earlier. Sorry, the screen. Excuse me, the screen froze, but maybe the picture will show. No. Him sitting on this couch earlier. He's such a cute dog. Yeah, it is a very cute picture. I didn't realize that he was sitting there on the couch like that when I went AFK for a moment. So maybe 1 o'clock in the morning is not such a good time for me, despite what YouTube says. I'm hoping that the more that I experiment with the timeline they give me in regards to when they say it's good to post and or good time to go live, will start like kind of kicking in and being correct. But so far it's been, out of all the predictions in the last 7 days, only one prediction was pretty much right on. But that same prediction did not go off this week when I tried to rinse and repeat again. And it's supposed to, which makes me wonder, excuse me, how much of the algorithm right now is being changed and or modified because of, excuse me, deeper and more advanced artificial intelligent programming. And considering that the algorithm is probably artificial intelligence already. Hi, welcome to the Chammy. How are you? So what's going on tonight with you? Do you need a reading, or do you just need someone to talk to, or both? Thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it. Okay, great. So what's the most important question to you right now? Good night, Sophie. Sweet dreams, honey. Okay, let's get into what his feelings are for you. You can definitely reconcile with him if that's something that you really want. But you have to do the work because the tarot cards can't do it for you. The tarot cards will tell you what you need to know and what actions to take. So let's go ahead and get a roadmap to your heart's desire because you can manifest this. It's already yours. It's already yours because you know in your heart of hearts that it's just going to work out this time around. And even if you don't, I'm confirming it because if you want this, it's already yours because you desire it. It doesn't matter if he takes the initiative to reconcile. Maybe your ego might feel that way. No, don't sit back in your feminine energy, not lifting a finger, waiting for him to make the move. Okay? So I'm just going to make sure all my cards are straight up because despite, the fact that I do read reversals and very well, I like to start with all cards upright. Okay? Yeah, he will call you. Let's see what Spirit needs you to know about that right now. So let's get into the feelings first, and then we'll move into seeing what more of the story is about in regards to reconciliation, the communication, and see if we can get a timeline. While Spirit doesn't always do timelines for me, and while Spirit doesn't always like to give timelines, I'm sorry, it's just the truth because the universe wants to surprise you in the most unexpected ways, and that's the truth. So let's see what Spirit needs to know. See, the timeline's really up to you. Are you telling yourself like, we're in no contact, or are you telling yourself stuff like, maybe we'll reconcile after a certain amount of time after this certain deed is done or this certain thing happens? Or are you telling yourself, I don't know what you're telling yourself, but you guys could get back together in 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 months. God, let it not be 5 years. Excuse me, I didn't mean to clear my throat so loud in your ear. So let's get into the feelings now that my cards are all straight and see what you need to know about that right now. So this person wants to protect you. This person wants to stick up for you and defend you. All right. They've got the heart of a pirate, and their love for you is fierce in this 7 of Wands. But there is something hidden in this moon. While you do make them feel amazing, like, a starry, starry night with a full moon or even a half moon, there is something hidden. What is it that's hidden? It could be, maybe how dominant they feel or possessive they feel about you in that 7 of Wands. Wands are about communication. 7 of Wands is all about, someone who's ready to fight for you. It's like almost saying, like, you've always made them feel amazing. They're ready to fight for your love. That's not always a bad thing. And I don't mean fight with you. Okay? I mean, like, fight through their own demons and what might be hidden inside them that might, help them be a better version of themselves for you and themselves. So Spirit says not that one card because it was face down. But there is a card that's upright. So this person may be wanting to also reconcile because they're in hopes that maybe you'll take the next step in your marriage, which would be giving birth to ideas that you guys would like to do that are practical, that all married couples should do. You know, buy a car, buy a house, have a baby, live happily ever after. This person, there's something about this father energy, this energy that's saying they want to be responsible and practical in regards to their connection with you. They might also be feeling that at one time in the Six of Pentacles that maybe they were giving too much and not getting enough back. In regards to emotional and financial security with those pentacles there. Spirit, can you clarify that Six of Pentacles, please? They might also be feeling that fatherhood or having some kind of control in their life, and that King of Wands is something that, you know, like they might be feeling like give so much but feel so out of control. Clarify that Six of Pentacles, Spirit, please. See what Spirit says. Is it down? Was it face down? So that's face down. I think Spirit's always very intent on up and down cards and reversals as well. So there's one that's upright. This is so interesting because it's the 6, the 7, and the 8 of Pentacles. All right, showing they are really willing to work on reconciling, paying attention to the details in the 7 of Pentacles, putting the hard work in to achieve more birthday cake, more celebrations, more financial and emotional security and abundance with you in this 8 of Pentacles. This King of Wands showing that they would like to communicate this with you as well. They want to be practical. They want to hear you out. They want to know what you want to. Because all that will go into, you know, what it takes to trim the tree, to decorate it. To decorate that cake, you know, you're putting the hard work into realizing that you both have to put the effort in. You know, and that's where you take the step and the initiative to say, hey, this is what I want. How do you want to operate around it? I know this is what I want in the 6 of Pentacles. How do you want to operate around it in the 7 of Pentacles? And let's make this happen in this 8 of Pentacles. Achieving what it is that you want. You know you want to reconcile with him. You know and he wants this as well. All right. So 2 of the cards that were face down, just to show you real quick, what were the, these are completely irrelevant, but I'm going to show them to you anyways. 9 of Wands, 8 of Cups. This is all about turning your back on feelings and emotions that don't serve you to create the change that you need. All right. Despite feeling battered and bruised, this person does respect you. But Spirit obviously knows that you know this already, so did not tell you this information. You might not know it subconsciously. I mean, you might not know it consciously, but subconsciously your heart knows it. You know you're willing to sacrifice. You know you both know that it could work out between you both. You just know. So both those cards did not show up face up, but Spirit doesn't do times for me, but we can get some advice on the time. And why is he not talking to you? I'm sorry that's happening, honey. So let's go ahead and change what you're telling yourself right now. He's talking to you all the time. Because even if he's not talking to you in the 3D reality, what you're thinking about yourself, what you're thinking about him, and what you're thinking about your situation, he's literally absorbing. So be careful what thoughts and feelings you emotionalize. or he's not going to ever call you again. Please, I'm begging you, stop. Take a deep breath. It's going to be okay, because he is going to call you again. But if you keep doing that, he might not. I wish I could give you a hug. There's no one giving you a virtual hug, but I'm telling you, babe. Whew, it gets scary when people say things like that. Like, we're in no contact, why is he not talking to me? Because these are feelings that we think and we feel and we know they're going on in our 3D reality, and we emotionalize them, and then we keep waiting, hoping, wanting, waiting, wanting, and then we just stay in that vicious cycle, not able to break it. So I'm here to tell you, I'm breaking the spell now. Okay. Oh gosh, let me turn this alarm off. I should have turned this off before. Haunted electronics. I should, let me turn this call center off. I should have done it before we got started. I apologize, and I'm fantastical. So let's just see if we can get a number, a sign, a date, something. But once you change, once you realize you can do better than this thought, why is he not calling me? Have you had any feelings or emotions where you've gone frosty on yourself, blamed yourself, thought it was you? What are your imaginal acts with him in your head? Are you arguing with him in your head? Is he arguing with you in your head? You can't understand anything I'm saying? Okay, so go out and come back in. It's because I live in a haunted house, and it's the ghosts. I'm sorry. Yeah, go out and come back in. Or I can type. Why it's doing that. Check the mic. Now it seems okay. Did you have to go back out and come back in? Yeah, it sometimes takes a moment, darling. It's me. Hey, Karen. Hey, Karen, welcome to the Chammy. The only Chammy where you can get a professional tarot card reading from a haunted house. From a 150-year-old couch, a human dog bed, a tree house, a graveyard. It's nice to meet you, Karen. I'm just doing a reading for this lovely person here. So let's go ahead and get back into your reading now. Akanksha, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Karen, everything you need to know is in the description. Check out my music. And also, if you have any questions about law of attraction, law of assumption, love, life, relationships, or anything in general, please feel free to ask. It's nice to meet you too. Akanksha, let's see if Spirit will give us a timeline. I really hate to do it with these particular cards. These are my Golden Girl cards. I don't know if you like that show, but I love that show. I'm going to get my fairies out because they like to play. They're my leprechauns. They know things. They just know things. So I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. That's right. That's where I are. I'm Greek Cypriot from the island of Cyprus. And I got a dash of Sicilian in me. So Spirit, fairies, what can you tell Akanksha about maybe a little bit of a timeline? I know we don't do times, but is there anything that you can let her know about in regards to a timeline of when her and her husband might reconcile? Then we're going to get a little bit into that phone call stuff again. But you have to understand, he might not be reaching out because A, you're saying the thing about you guys, when's he going to call me? But there's already a timeline where you both are together happily, harmoniously in the relationship, the beautiful relationship that you want. In fact, there's a timeline when you're with everybody you ever probably wanted to be with. But there's a frequency that we have to spend time matching and trusting and feeling. Just like when I talk about emotionalizing your scary thoughts, don't do it. So like this card that you got, it's going to look very dark on the screen, but you will reconcile when you put the fires out in your mind. The moment that you change your thoughts and feelings about it, this will all change too, for the better. Free your mind and your ass will follow. Free your mind and his ass will follow too. Okay? And that's why I say, it could happen in 5 minutes. After we are done with this reading, it could happen in 5 hours, 5 days. Hopefully it won't take 5 weeks or 5 months or 5 years. Just going to get you some direct messages real quick. I know it's more than 7 cards. Don't worry about sending more, but I think you'll be back. I would hope you would come back, because I'd really like an update on this. Spirit, any direct messages for Concha right now? Any direct messages, advice, anything? I love the Golden Girls. It's my main tarot deck now. I used to use my mermaids as my main deck, but I've only started taking the mermaids back out to help with what might be hidden, because there are things that are hidden in the ocean that we don't know about that mermaids will know about. Just like only taking my fairies out because they drink and they know things. I don't know why I have these thoughts about cards, but I'm going to get some direct messages from Spirit Liminal Space for you real quick. It might be 1, it might be 2. This is for advice for you on Concha on this. What you need to know right now. So that was face up. I'll get that in a moment for you. We'll read it, see what it says. So trust the process, Spirit says. The process of, creating the timeline in your 3D reality of the love story you want with this specific person, with your husband, okay? Sorry that the screen is not, there we go. So you can see the picture better. Trust the process. It takes 9 months to have a baby. Baby will come when baby's ready. That's what my mentor always says. If you keep waiting for it, you may never know it again. So just stop. Let the universe surprise you in the most unexpected and amazing way that pleases you. And you are the one that must understand that, X marks the spot. What you want is hiding in perfect, it's just right there under your nose, hiding in plain sight. Why? Because you are the beautiful creator of your love story, not your husband, not me. Okay, not your mother, not your father, not your best friend, not your ex-lover, ex-boyfriend. You. Okay? And the key is hiding in plain sight, which is you. You're the key. You're the key, and you are the key to this person's heart. There's something about you that magnifies the idea of what love and happiness should be for them and should be to them. I think that there will be joy for you both. You can stop looking at the boogeymen, all right, and start looking at what's good, what feels good. But just know that whatever resistances you're having at Concha, and you might not even know what they are right now. Okay, you might not even realize what your limiting beliefs or your circumstances might be in your situation. But what I would like you to do is don't do anything that's going to trigger you. Okay? If messaging him triggers you, don't do it. Especially if you're triggered by the outcome you might not get that you want right now. Okay. Only message him. I know it's your husband, but only message him if it feels right, if it feels good, and you don't care about the outcome. Just try that for right now. I know you guys aren't teenagers and you're married, and that you are, but you as long. Let me just ask you a question real quick, and Conksha, I don't know if you're still there, and please feel free to ask any questions as well. But does your husband still make you feel yummy? Anyways, that's the last question I have for you about that. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, good. So he still makes you feel yummy. This is a good thing. All right. Get a notebook. Start writing down what triggers you about yourself, about him, about the situation, and then act upon the opposite. He doesn't call me. So you write that down. It's one of the things that triggers you. And you write across from it, he always calls me. Or you start saying that too. When that intrusive thought comes up, do not emotionalize it. Just know it's intrusive. You haven't messed up your manifestation or what you want. Remember that living in the end is not about, living in the literal end. It's about even just knowing it's done. Like, this is going to work out. This is going to be better this time. This is only happening because this is going to make him the best version of myself. Well, you could say yourself, because, see, you guys aren't separate. Just remember, everything that you're thinking and feeling about yourself, he's literally absorbing. Everything that you're thinking and feeling about him, he's literally absorbing, even if he doesn't know it, and vice versa, even if you don't realize it's him. Okay? So stay on your pedestal. No allowing him to be on it for you. Is he going to reconcile? No, it's already happened. You just stay in the knowing that it's already happened. Okay? You know when you just know something's going to happen? That's the energy and the vibration you want to embody with this, okay? So please keep me updated. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment. Get yourself into the contest for the free in-depth tarot card reading. And keep me updated. I'm so excited for you to get back together with your husband. In my reality, it's already happened. Okay? Okay, love. Go to bed tonight as if it's already happened, okay? Think of him and just say, together, 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 together. Okay. Let me double check. So maybe it might take a minute sometimes. It just depends. Where are you sending from? Are you in the States? Or are you in Europe? Hey, Daddy. And check and see. Yeah, if you click the link, I was just explaining to somebody on YouTube, if they click the link that's at the top that's pinned, this link, then yeah, you should have been able to send the donation to Stormy Howard. But it hasn't shown yet. But sometimes it takes a few minutes. You okay? You okay? There it is. I think that's you. Is that you? $1 donation, or is that somebody else? I think that's Dollface. Are you here, Dollface? So Dollface has worked, Karen. I'm an energy reading, darling. Okay, what's going on with you today? Welcome back to the Chammy. I thought maybe you'd be sleeping, Daddy. How's your head feeling? Is it better? Did you take your medicine? Just gonna make sure my cards are straight here and all upright, because when they get reversed, I don't like it. Spirit energy update for the Dollface Diva, Spirit. Energy update, please, Spirit. Energy update for Dollface and Eric, please, Spirit. What does she need to know about this right now? So when you say that, Dollface, do you mean you and I, or you and him? Or you had a chance to chit-chat with him? Spirit, real quick, what does Dollface need to know about that right now? Yeah, definitely battered and bruised from his past. And you guys have some kind of issues from the past, from your old story or old stories from exes or, family and stuff like that. But you guys really do respect each other in this Nine of Wands. Okay, you guys really care about taking what feels battered and bruised and healing that. Really taking the time to sacrifice and communicate to make what is, rebuild, to make it what is wrong right in this Nine of Wands. Did it feel good about the conversation? What's making you not feel good about the conversation? Well, this is the energy of this Nine of Wands. It's hard getting him to understand how you feel. Have you told him that, dear? You just get defeated. Hey, Shell, welcome to the Chammy. And what's his response, Dollface? Yeah, and you get into this vicious cycle of telling yourself that you're defeated. So every time you tell him that, every time you just get that whole defeated thing going again. Family, this is La Cosa Nostra. Does it seem like does it seem like you get in a conversation and he immediately feels like there's going to be an argument or starts to act like it? Okay, have fun, Shell. Love and light bright. Okay. Yeah, it seems like in regards to his what's normal to him and what's not to him, what's normal to him and what's normal to you are two very different things. Have we talked before about how he might even have had a life where he's normalized, where maybe they punished with mental abuse and it became normalized, so he just thinks it's normal? Are you okay, Dad?
I think she had this up for a couple of years.
But that's not Petro singing it, right? Or Petro sings it much better.
Huh?
Petro sings it much better.
Petro's got a bigger voice.
I feel like he suffers because of the past, yeah.
That was the beginning. You got this phone from me, and this guy came up. I never heard that song before. And I learned it. And one day, when Maria, for some reason, we call each other and talk for some kind of a celebration, and I sing it outside for them.
Hey, Karen, there's your donation. I see it now, dear. Yeah, it just took a moment. Are you still there, Karen? You feel like you suffer because of his past. And see, you can change this. See, this is all stuff we haven't had time to talk about or really get into because I don't know why. But there comes a point where you have to either realize that you want to take the initiative to do the work, the mental and spiritual work, which is not that difficult, to get to the point where you're not putting up with that shit anymore. Or you gotta let go. Because you can't live a life where you suffer because of somebody's past. You can't do it. You deserve a better version of him. But you also deserve a better life than that. Okay? As much as I cared about my ex, can't say I was in love, but didn't mean I did not love him as a person and genuinely as a friend. But I had to let that go because I could not be second choice to a video game. It's one thing to peace out because you have to go to work in the morning and make a living. But it's a whole nother thing to peace out on me because we have a date and your game is more important. You know what I mean? So in my situation, I not only suffered because mental abuse was normalized in his life and not mine. So I would be punished through that, but as well as, I was suffering because of his past. Right down from the fact that the parents didn't teach him to tie his shoes all the way to, I guess, many, many other things. But, when you become friends with somebody, you help them with, be a better person anyway. So, I was all for that. I'm all there to help people become a better version of themselves. Yes, Karen, I was just waiting for you to come back, dear. Hey, could you turn it down just a little bit? Sorry, just give me 1 second. Hey, Dad, could you just turn it down just a little bit? I got to do a tarot reading for somebody. No, it's okay. You can just turn it down just a little bit. You don't have to completely turn it off.
Is it done?
Yeah, it's fine. So let me just scroll up here a little bit and see what your questions were, Karen. Yeah, and that's the thing, Dollface. You work on you, and it works on them. And while we can't change people, we can go within and change the way we think and feel about ourselves, a situation, and others, and it will change. You know how I'm always saying, free your mind and your ass will follow? Free your mind and his ass will follow? Yeah. All right? Work on you. Stay on your pedestal, putting yourself first, turning your back on feelings and emotions that don't serve you. Let's see. So, Karen, you're not wanting to be immature and continue feeling that he's worried about something that will cause more problems or embarrassment. What's going on with my Taurus's sexual preferences or intentions? So I'll go into that with you and see what you need to know about that. But what I'm going to tell you right now in regards to sexual preferences, this is something that you need to ask your lover. This is not something that, tarot cards can't do it for you. Okay, but your lover can. By asking your lover that question, it's going to help your situation and your confusion about it. But let's go ahead and get into your question about the preferences and the intentions. Okay. Not wanting to be immature and continue feeling that he's worried about something that will cause more problems or embarrassment. First of all, in regards to your situation, if anything is making you feel not good about it, don't do it. All right. Also with music, yeah. I've tried to help him. He has to help himself. Okay, that's Dollface. So, Spirit, what does Karen need to know in regards to her partner's intentions and the questions she asked about the preferences? What does she need to know about this right now, Spirit? What does she need to know about that right now? And you know what? I don't want you to have to feel that way either, okay? I don't want you to feel like your question is dumb because it's not. don't want you to be feeling like asking that question is dumb to your partner either, because it's not. It's really important. You should not be feeling uncomfortable at all, or like you even have to come to a psychic about something like this. I'm sorry, babe. It's going to get better. So let's see what Spirit says. So this person definitely still has a heart on for you. HEART, like, you know what I'm saying? They are very much in love with you. But those flames are aflame. Okay. That despair is tough in this Tower card. That destruction, and they create it mostly for themselves. All right. Because they fail in this Five of Cups, they fail. All right, one moment. My computer just froze. Can you still hear me? Are we still here? What planet are we on? Sorry about it freezing. I'm really sorry. Are you still there? I only see 0 people in the chat. I'm going to wait for you to say something, Karen, before I get back into the reading. Are you there, Karen? Karen, are you there? All right, I'm just going to continue with the reading, even though I don't know if you're there or not.
It froze?
Well, sometimes my computer will freeze, Dad, and it'll turn, like, it'll change, like, it'll just make the live wonky. Sometimes people won't be able to hear me. Sometimes I'll have to go back out and back in.
Okay.
I don't know where she went to in the middle of the reading, but I'm going to go ahead and finish up the reading for her, and then that way when she comes back, she'll be able to see the reading at least. Very interesting. So they're definitely hiding something from you. Something that they're passionate about, something that they want to defend and protect, something that's important to them. Okay, welcome back, dear. Spirit, once again, asking about all right, feeling stuck, because you can turn it around. You got this beautiful 8 of Swords showing you love is blind, but you got some luck on your side that's going to help you see your way through this. All right. And I'm feeling and thinking, though, that the main problem with this person is that they fail to see what's good in their life. They fail to see the good that can come from the bad. Their preferences in regards to, and their intentions are to keep hiding whatever it is. Keep making excuses to keeping doing what it is that they feel is right for them. It's almost like a person who's like, you tell them, don't do this because it's not good for you or not healthy for you or not safe for you, or worries me or troubles me or upsets me, and they still continue to do it because they're just the kind of person they're just going to do whatever they want to do. Everyone else be damned. So at the end of the day, I feel perplexed because while Spirit wants you to put yourself first, showing you, how lucky you are in this Ten of Pentacles, despite love being blind, despite the agony, the anxiety, the confusion, feeling stuck, you are the luckiest girl in the world. It's like Spirit's got your back. Emotional, financial security, love, life. It's the best card you can get, that Ten of Pentacles. And the Four Suits, really. So the major things that are the major arcana cards here that are most important are your Tower and your Moon. They may not know what they do, Spirit says. They might not realize they're playing with fire too. They might not be aware. And it's up to you to make them aware. Two most important cards, the Tower and the Moon. These cards are very much about love. They're very much about the foundation of your connection with this person. But they can also be about destruction and what's hidden. Despite how beautiful this all is, it can leave you a happy, scary, and an unhappy, scary bunny sometimes. But Spirit's saying, the best way to get around all this definitely is through communication in the Swans. You must communicate what it is you want and ask them how they want to operate around it. Not you always having to turn around and do that yourself. Like, not always have, do they ever say, what do you want, baby? I mean, do they ever ask, what do you want and how can I operate around that? But you really need to be asking your partner this question in regards to this situation, because at the end of the day, I feel like you can do better. You can change your mind. Okay? You can take a little bit more time to think about what you really want. Okay? Because you have a desire to know. The knowing and the knowledge of what you need to know is already there. Spirit wants you to follow your inner compass in this situation. Because despite feeling stuck, not knowing, love is blind. But you have all the luck in the world that you need. Why? Because you have your mind, your thoughts, your feelings. So no emotionalizing that which doesn't serve you anymore. From now on. Okay? I want you to really think about what you want, Karen. Because you don't have to be unhappy. You don't have to be putting up with this shit. Spirit sent you here to have fun. And that person's intentions are to definitely keep whatever it is hidden as much as possible and doesn't care about the problems or the embarrassment. They're just really about sticking up for what they want. Their own self-gratification in that Seven of Wands. But Spirit wants you to stay on your pedestal in this High Priestess card. Follow your inner compass. Spirit's working on things for you behind the scenes, okay? Don't worry about the how, the when, the why, the where, the what's. Just worry about you. All right? I hope somehow this has helped. If you have any questions about this reading, please ask now. If you can't think of any right now, that's fine. You can always email me at gypsyqueencardreader@gmail.com if you maybe think of questions later. Is she okay?
Mhm.
She's sleeping over there? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna go brush my teeth and lay down.
Me too. I'm gonna brush my teeth too here in a minute.
I'm gonna take these over.
All right.
You need it?
No, I don't need it.
Yeah, everybody sleeps except you and me. I don't know about Michael. Ninja was sleeping later.
No.
Snoring.
Yeah, and you don't need to be in this uncomfortableness. It's not fair to you. You know, my mom lived uncomfortable, with cancer and didn't tell us because she wanted us to be able to live our own lives and be happier. But I would have been so much more happier had she just told me, because she'd still be here. Okay? She had to put herself first, put her happiness first, put her fears aside. And and I couldn't help her because I was younger and dumb. I mean, I'm still young, but maybe I'm still dumb about things. I don't know, but I certainly don't feel dumb. But 27 years is a long time. It's a long time to be putting up with this shit. I don't know why I keep calling it this shit. But maybe you know why. Spirit just keeps calling it the shit. You don't have to put up with the shit. You know who you want to spend the rest of your life with, right? And if you don't, that's okay. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to want the opposite. Nothing wrong with that, okay? So just ask yourself what you want, because you can have it. It's already yours. That's what's so amazing. It's ask, believe, receive, not ask, believe, try real hard, receive. Okay? Okay, I was saying, well, you'll always be able to go back and look at what I said, but I was saying ask, believe, receive. It's not ask, believe, and try hard, receive. Okay, good. So here's your homework. You're going to go to bed tonight thinking about what you want. And if it's not nighttime there where you are, it's daytime, you're going to think today about what you want. You're going to put all the circumstances aside, your family's feelings, what their thoughts might be. Same with the husband thing. Okay, all their lives, all that stuff aside. All circumstances and limiting beliefs and logic right out the window. Think about what you want. It might be as silly as just going to Disney World is the first thing you say. I don't know. But just really think about what it is that you want. Have fun as if you're going on an Amazon shopping spree. Okay? You've picked this out. You've picked that out. Oh, I don't quite like that one. I want this one instead. Capiche? Go ahead and really explore the feelings of that. If you didn't have to put up with putting yourself and your feelings and your thoughts aside for everybody else's happiness and lives. I know what I want, but I don't want to waste more time for the same results. I literally am in a situation that is sad. Yeah. I mean, and you don't need that. We were sitting here to have fun, not be a sad girl, not be a sad bunny. So now what? So you've got to go within and start working on you inside and putting all of that stuff aside. That does not feel right, that does not serve you. The more that you continue to serve stuff that doesn't, I feel like the more and more, sad you will feel, and it will get. And you don't want that. Life is short. "27 years is a long time." I know you might feel like, I know what I want, but to try and get the same results and blah, 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 blah. That's just a limiting belief and a circumstance right there. That's the first one. We've been able to clear that up. So now you're going to tell yourself this. I know what I want. I'm not going to waste any more time to get the same results. It's different this time because I can do better. Okay? My situation is fucking awesome. Why? Because I'm the majestic ass queen of my reality. Do you understand me? Yeah. You know what I did? I just packed up my closest ones and sold everything and left. Didn't give a fuck about how the uncle and the aunt and the sister and the brother, anybody fucking felt. One day just said, fuck it. I'm gonna win. And I didn't have to put up with any of that shit anymore because even though I love them still to this day, I felt like I had to make a choice for myself. Like, do I want to spend the rest of my life here getting treated in a certain way that doesn't serve me while serving them the best version of myself for the rest of my life? Or do I want to go out there and serve people the best version of myself who will actually give me the best version of them too? You hurt your own children? Yeah, but I bet their happiness was always very important to you. So at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, was it you that hurt them or they just hurt themselves? Because you can't, I know this sounds absolutely bonkers, but you really don't have to, you really don't have to feel anything you don't want to. Well, yeah, and when you're powerful like that, it's like, you wonder sometimes, like, why are you putting yourself through this? Because you know it's the right thing. But I think it's gotten to the point for you, Karen, where it's like, it's time to focus on you. Okay? I'm pretty sure that if your grandmother could come back now, she would say something to you like, thank you. I'm so grateful for you. I didn't see it then, but I see it now. And I could even be sitting here channeling her. I don't know, but I feel like that person would definitely acknowledge. Because you have to understand something about, like, I'm a death doula, and you got to understand something about that. You're not the same afterwards. Yes, you're the same person, but you're not in your rental car. Okay, you're etheric. You're of spirit, all right, and you don't experience all that suffering anymore. They don't experience that suffering unless there was some kind of, real traumatic enough to leave an echo for centuries, kind of thing. Excuse me. Hey, Sunny, how are you? It's nice to see you, dear. She's probably thinking the same things you're thinking about her. So it's $1. It's $1 for energy updates. It's $1 a card. I don't really always need cards, but I'm telling you, Sunny. Why don't you go ask her? I would love to hear what she has to say. Tell me how it goes. Well, it's not a bad thing if you do care, okay? Because obviously you care enough that you're here and we're talking about it, okay? And I understand that your children's happiness is important to you, if not the most important thing. But if I may ask, are your children adults or are they still children? And also, at the end of the day, if they're not, I mean, what's stopping you from working on your happiness now? Because, just by going within and saying things like, my happiness is important to my family, my husband, my children, my friends, and everybody I meet, if that's something that you want, you can really emotionalize that feeling with happiness or even your own sadness. You might be one of those people that manifests better through sadness than happiness. Like some people are better at manifesting certain things through chaos, even if they're not bad. They manifest it through their chaotic energy by emotionalizing their feelings and thoughts through chaotic energy. You might be one of those people that manifest those, good stuff for yourself through your sadness. And maybe if that's the only way you can start manifesting a dime or a parking spot is through your sadness, and do it. Because whether it's $1 million, okay, your celebrity crush, the car of your dreams, the life of your dreams, the sex life of your dreams, the beautiful body of your dreams, the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Winning $1 million in a lottery jackpot, it's all the same. Doesn't matter what you're manifesting. It's all the same. You manifest it all in the same way. And the thing that's sad is that you've manifested it all. And no one has stopped to say, hey, Karen, slow down. Hey, Karen, slow down. Chill out. It might look like it's all your fault, but it's not all your fault. And you can change it. Okay. Okay, Sunny, congratulations. But look, Sunny, just not sure what you mean by you're an adult, but just go and ask what she thinks about you, and she will tell you. What one are adults? A 16-year-old. My husband and I have legal custody of grandson. My son's boy. My son has serious mental health conditions. Okay. glad you came to find me. Oh, you need on the temper night. Are we up all night in the ATL? Yeah. This is my coworker, Gypsy with a J. She's really the Gypsy Queen card reader. Hey JJ, welcome to the Chammy. Okay, so 16, you got a 16-year-old. All the other ones are adults. Don't worry about the adults. Let them fend for themselves. Just focus on the 16-year-old right now. What's going on? No whining. No whining when you got cuddles with me. Is there a list? No, not right now. I'm not in a paid reading, but Karen and I were just talking about her life in general because I just done a reading for her, but it's live tarot energy updates, one question for one card for $1. You can also get a general for $7, $10, a little bit more in depth than $15 and $20. Twin flame, love readings, life readings in general. All questions about law of attraction, law of assumption, life, love in general are all free. Yeah, sure, you can join for a read. You had a dog named Tweety. Yeah, it's a little Chihuahua girl. Twin flame, an in-depth twin flame reading is $30. But we can also do just a general if you wanted to start off in regards to asking about your twin flame. It won't be in depth, but it will be helpful. So you just decide what you want, and I'm here for you whenever you're ready. We could do one card, we could do 7 cards, we could do 15, 20, 30. It's up to you. She's an Aries. My astrological sign is Scorpio. My birthday's Halloween. I have 3 little tiny chihuahuas. They're my best buddies. I like them a lot. I'm going to go ahead and get a drink, and I'll be right back. Okay, you donated on PayPal? All right, dear. Let me check it real quick. Okay, great. I see you here, JJ. Let me just get a drink real quick because I'm all out of my water and I'm all out of my cup of tea. And I want to make sure you can hear me clearly. Be right back. Everyone. Hey, I'm back. Thanks so much for your patience. I appreciate it. But I know my person is non-committal. Okay, have a specific question I probably never asked before, or now it can be answered. Well, I'll tell you what. I've been on the twin flame journey. I don't know, have I completed it? I feel like I've come to the end of my twin flame journey. Did I have a reunion with my twin flame? Yes. Was he cognizant of it? I don't know. I don't care. It was an interesting experience, and I look forward to seeing what happens next and or helping others with their experience. But it definitely brought me here today to you. So you know your person's non-committal. That's a limiting belief and circumstance. We can change that. Okay, sorry, my electronics are haunted. I mean, literally, the house is haunted. So when that happens, like I just froze up on my side. If you can't hear me, let me know. If it goes wonky, go out and come back in. Let me know. I was just trying to say that you can change this whole he's non-committal. You can change it. Karen, keep me updated. I'm here for you. But wondering what would be the spark for him to change. Okay. But my current question right now is more about our current situation. A lot of full moon triggers. And he blocked me last night. We were doing well, going slow in the reconnect, but wondering if this is the end of a cycle or end of a whole relationship. Do you feel like your person was just straight up narcissistic? Yes, I do. I did. I felt like, well, I can't say that my twin flame was my person now, because my specific person and my twin flame are two different people. Okay. And also, I'm one of these twin flame people that believes. Let me turn this off because this call center is annoying. I should have turned that off a while ago. So, in regards to wanting to mention that I have a family member that I've been trying to get to visit in Georgia. Okay. So it doesn't have to be the end if you don't want it to be. All right. I don't care if he says don't ever darken my doorstep ever again. You can change it. Okay. If he's blocked you, it doesn't matter. You can change it. Okay. The change begins inside of you. So let's go ahead and get into what the most important and specific question is to you, which is, what would be the spark for him to change? So while you can't change people, you can go within and change the way you think about yourself, the way you feel about yourself, the way you think about a situation, the way you feel about it, and internalizing that in regards to what you want, and you will see the change happen. Spirit, what would be the spark to change the situation? Kindness. Queen of Pentacles. The energy behind that is the moon. It's almost like it's hidden from you. It's like that the idea of the fact that he's already your man is hidden from you. It's like you can't be kind to yourself with your thoughts in regards to him because you're so wrapped up in what he wants instead of what you want, and worried that he's not going to give you what you want. So the more that you worry and internalize that he's not he's not committal about you. He doesn't blah, 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 blah. You see what I mean? You see what you're creating with your thoughts and your feelings because you get emotional about them and then you create them. Okay. Karen wanted to mention that I have a family member that I've been trying to visit in Georgia. The other lady, I met somebody who he's actually been talking to. So you met somebody he's been talking to, and I bet you've been thinking a lot about this woman or this person that they've been talking to. Well, yeah, because the moment that you start thinking of the minute that you start thinking about third party, the moment that you start thinking about another woman, the moment that you start getting into that fear, you emotionalize it immediately because it makes you feel not good. It makes you feel out of control. So then you get stuck on that timeline. You get stuck on your person, your man, with somebody else. And you get thrown off your timeline with your man. We're going to call him your man. I don't care if you like it or not. It's your man. Do you understand me? Not the third party's man, not somebody else's man. It's your man. Okay? And this person that you think that he's been talking to, okay, they fell off the planet. This is your homework. They fell off the planet, or they went back to jail, or they met somebody else who was the love of their life and moved to another country, state, or place that wasn't your man. Let's get into, and I feel like in this Queen of Pentacles and this Moon card, Spirit's also saying, well, the spark is going to be to open up to what is different so that the change can happen. What is opposite so that the change can happen. Being kind to yourself so that change can happen. Being good to your thoughts and feelings so that what's hidden can come out. Okay? The best version of you. He has absolutely zero fucking will in your reality, pardon my French. Do you understand me? Stop giving him the best of you right now because he's not giving it back. Just hold on a minute. Let me help you. This is your twin flame. And while they might feel absolutely distant from you right now, they're not. They are the star of your heart. You guys are reflecting each other. Okay? There's hope, love, faith, and light in this, but hope floats while faith flies. So Spirit is asking you, I know he blocked you. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter if he blocked you, dear. You can change that. But what you have to understand is the first thing to change is the way you see and think and feel about your self-concept about you. Because you are the star of your movie. You are the star of your love story, not him. This person has no will in your reality. The whole vast world is you pushed out. And what that means is that people can only show up to you the way that you expect them to. And you've always known that. You've always known that you could be thinking about somebody and they call you or text you like that. That's a great example of everybody's you pushed out, how we are not separate. Because the lights behind me were that same energy field and that same energy source. You feel like you get over the issue quickly, but he doesn't. Well, Spirit says shine bright like a diamond because that's what you are, and you need to remember that. Okay? One of the things that I was telling the ladies and the gentlemen that come to the chat throughout the week, one of the things that I say to myself in stuff like this, like situations like this, in the past, or really about everything now, is I can do better. And what that does is that helps, and I've always done this to help me release the resistance of the fact that I can't change it, because I know that I can now. And it feels so good to have the relief of knowing that I can change it by what's going on internally. Well, first you got to forgive yourself. You got to forgive yourself for the harsh feelings that you're having about yourself and others. It doesn't have to be this difficult in this Nine of Wands. But you're making it more difficult on yourself than ever. The only thing that's getting in the way of love and the things that you want is you and your thoughts and your feelings. It's only love in the way of things we tell ourselves, but really, it's grief. And what's the number one price you pay for love? It's grief. I'm a death doula. I know this. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out what stage of shock are you in. I don't think it's the first stages of shock where like you're angry and you're upset and you feel defeated. I think that you are in that state where it's like at the end of it's like at the end of the shock where it's like you're accepting of it. Okay. You're forgiving of it. But it's like, how do you move on? Yeah, it happens. And it might comfort you to know that, yeah, okay, so last week you were balanced. All right, so what? Now you're off your rocker. It's okay. You can't fuck it up, whatever you want, whatever you're manifesting. You can't mess it up. Even if you don't manifest, well, maybe you can a little bit, especially if you don't realizing that you're involuntarily manifesting the way you involuntarily breathe. So you might as well as clean the shit up. Okay, and let me help you get off that yellow brick road of piss in this Seven of Cups where you see all the beautiful things you want, right? But it's like you're just not sure. It's like you feel like you need some kind of permission to get what you want and have what you want, even feel what you want. So sometimes this happens with the full moon. Because see, the full moon, that moon between the new moon and the full, that's all about being grateful for what it is that you have, the blessings that have come in during the new moon. And then, you're enjoying those blessings from the new moon. As it's turning into the full moon, you're also thinking, in the back of your mind, like, what is it? What is it that I want to release I don't need to be holding on to anymore, that hurts, that doesn't serve me anymore, that I want to turn my back on, this parts of me that I am changing, that I no longer need. Once it gets closer to that full moon, all that stuff can really come to a head, especially if you don't know what's going on subconsciously, especially if you don't know what that stuff is. So you start questioning it, and then you have all this other stuff going on in your thoughts and feelings about your twin flame and your life in general. And you got to realize at the end of the day, this is the part that gets difficult for people. They're in a twin flame journey. They're in a twin flame union. Okay, there's two lines here. Which one are you in? Are you in it just for the relationship? Or are you actually learning what you're supposed to learn when you're on a twin flame journey like this? You're supposed to be healing these triggers. You're supposed to be becoming the better version of yourself. And then this person reflects back the way that you want. And, if they know that you're on the journey with them, it helps because they can do the work too, learning the knowledge and the love from you. So if this person really wants action with you, okay, competitive action, good times, even if it's, going out and competing against chess game, bowling game, family time, fun time, they want something fun with you in this beautiful Five of Wands, okay? It's all about competition. They don't want the kind of competition where they have to keep after you because they might have to compete with another person or guy. They actually want to have good times with you that are fun, competitive, honest, authentic, that they can come back and be like, hey, remember when we did this? It was so much fun. let's get that vibe going again, like that kind of thing. You feel like Spirit's saying that this person really does want better times with you and not whatever the fucking is going on. Well, there you go. You hit the nail on the coffin. Pardon my pun, speaking from a graveyard. That whole, well, I think that's where I go into my negative headspace. You see, you're letting negative Nancy in too often for a cup of tea and a piece of birthday cake. But don't be putting yourself on the naughty step for it, because you can fix this, okay? Spirit, any advice? Any advice for JJ? Any advice for JJ, Spirit? Any advice for JJ? Staying calm in the Six of Swords. No reacting to that which you don't like, and reacting even less to that which you do like. Staying calm is going to be the most important thing right now for you. Any more direct messages, Spirit? Any advice? There is a vision. This person does have a vision for you. You have a vision for them. Spirit saying in this Two of Wands, the world is literally in your hands with this. You can change it. He's blocked you. It doesn't matter. He says, don't darken my doorstep. It doesn't matter. But you must remember all the thoughts and feelings you're having about yourself, dear one, that he's literally absorbing it. Okay? Even if he doesn't know where it's coming from. Guys are pretty simple creatures. They just want peace. Okay? And they want to be with a woman or a partner or a person or friend or a loved one that makes them feel peaceful. That makes them feel calm. They're not creatures. They're not as eccentric as we are. They really are just, they can be. Okay? They can get their eccentricness from many things in the different world, but men are just a little bit more simple than us. I mean, and the world is so crazy right now. I mean, people are literally thumping each other because somebody might cheat when they haven't even thought about it. So, Spirit, any direct messages in regards to what JJ needs to know right now about her specific person, twin flame, partner? So let your edges be liquid. This is saying, just let it roll off your back. That which does not serve you, turn your back on it. Energy follows intention. You see the brain there, you see the thorns, you see the beautiful roses growing. Energy flows where attention goes. Then how do you get peace? Then how do you get peace if you know your partner's family hates you? It doesn't matter how they feel about you. Okay? He's not, I'm sorry this sounds rude, but he's not in his family. Okay? He's not dating his family. Doesn't matter what they think. And you can change what they think and feel at the end of the day by the way you think and feel about yourself. So now instead of telling yourself, they hate you, they love you. Okay? The more resistances that you have in your thoughts and feelings against this, the more thorns are going to grow. The less resistance you have against it, like, I can do better with my thoughts. I can do better with him. I can do better with myself. I can do better with this. Or I can do better than this. Or I change my mind. Or I want the opposite. the more the roses will bloom. Okay? Until the day breaks and the shadows flee. You've got to turn your back on your negative Nancy who tells you the family hates you again and again and keeps reminding you, telling you that you can't change it, that you have no power. It's just not true. Okay? And push me away because he's so worried about my mother. Yeah, and he's emotionally immature if he's so worried about your mother. Yeah, he's got you so riled up. He's got you so riled up on the bad feelings that you can hardly feel the good ones. Does this person still make you feel yummy? Does this person still make you feel yummy? They seem pretty addicted to pain. Spirit says it's strangely it's perfect timing for all this to come up for you. Okay, trust in spirit. The Sky Daddy card. Season of the Witch. It's so funny because here you are and I'm a Halloween baby and that's the season of the witch. So once again, ask yourself, JJ, what you want. You know that you don't want to be in an unhappy, unhealthy, unharmoniously chaotic relationship. You know that you want his attention back on you. You know you don't want him to push you away. But at what point and at what cost? Because you were sent here to have fun. You weren't sent here to have all this rigmarole with that which you deserve being hidden from you. Kindness is the biggest ounce of this is really missing from the situation. This is not a kind person. He's more worried about your mom and how his family thinks and feels instead of how you think and feel about yourself. Sometimes, you manifest better for yourself and miss out on it because you get so lost in the fucking of other people's fucking. I've done it to myself before. I could actually maybe be somewhere with my music and my acting and my creative stuff that I do, but I let this shit with my family, my exes, maybe band members who weren't completely dedicated or honest. So I blame myself, and I still blame myself, even though I wasn't taking the drugs and didn't know anything about them, I still blamed myself because I was like, oh, I was so stupid. I should have been more aware instead of, all of my head in the clouds writing music or whatever. But, people, the worst kind of people will take advantage of a good heart. And that's why when you do have a good heart like that, JJ, you have to sometimes turn your back on the wicked witches and the monsters because they'll use you and not look back. Yeah, his negative beliefs are keeping you guys trapped. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're not wrong about that. But you could change it if you really want to. You've got one resistance after another, after another, after another. One after another, after another, after another. So you would actually have to tell yourself, he doesn't have any negative beliefs that are keeping us trapped. And really emotionalize that and really feel it and believe it and serve it every single day for it to show up. But how much resistance do you have against doing that? Well, what I'm saying about the Wicked Witch card, the season of the witch, this is a direct message from Spirit saying, I was born during the season of the witch. I was born on Halloween. Okay. So I feel like what Spirit's saying is that, I'm conveying this message to you through someone, who was born at this time, and you need to be taking it seriously because things are changing in your life. Okay. And you need to be turning your back on the wicked witches that don't serve you. So you're frustrated because you've tried to stay positive and patient. You don't have to stay fucking positive and patient. You don't even have to fucking believe in it. All you have to do is just know it is done, that you were going to get what you want. Pick an outcome and not waver from your faith. But there's too much resistances, like the negative beliefs that are keeping you guys trapped. You will literally have to work through each resistance and fight them off. And maybe even multiple times to the point where you just might give up. I'm not telling you to give up because I believe you can change it. I believe we can manifest exactly what we want and what we don't want in 5 minutes because I've seen it. Based on what we emotionalize or based on even what other people might emotionalize. That's why I tell people to be so fucking careful with your thoughts and feelings about others. Okay, so yes, the tarot card crap is a problem too. So let me tell you how the tarot card crap becomes a problem too. All right. So what happens is people become addicted to tarot card readings and they go from tarot card reader to tarot card reader to tarot card reader. Okay. Telling them one thing or another or another or another. And their whole sense of being able to even follow their own inner compass becomes diminished. Okay, because one will become so addicted that they'll just be looking for the answers from anyone to get what they want to hear instead of getting the advice that they need. Okay, and you've got so many different tarot card readers out there who they're just reading from a book, man. Okay, they're just there because they know the answers out of a book. All right. So you need to pick a reader that you like, that resonates, that you trust, or that you think you could trust. And you need to keep going back to that same person to get readings. Ones that will help empower you, ones that make you feel balanced, ones that are actually giving you the advice that you need that's working. But you can't do that being addicted to tarot cards, going from one to another, and then getting all the fucking advice on twin flame confusion. I mean, there's so much garbage out there. And then people, and then you've got people who are out there with spells, and you don't, at the end of the day, you are the spell. You are the magic. You are the magician in the deck. See what I'm saying? I'm not here to read shit out of a tarot book to anybody. But, I'm here for my music. I came to YouTube because of my music. It wasn't until about a year or so ago when I needed to start doing something to try to keep food on the table. And music wasn't cutting it because I couldn't go out and do a gig anymore. Okay? Or nobody was hiring or for whatever reason or another. So I was also training to be a death doula. And I got a job as a grief counselor, and I just got really into law of attraction and law of assumption over the last decade. practicing it and testing it out and sharing it with other people and their ideas and their different things that I struggle with religion versus tarot. So I do feel God blocked this because of my lack of faith. No. I know that you want to get confused. I know that you feel confused between God and tarot, but no. When I'm talking about spirit, I'm talking about our same creator too. Okay? And I'm telling you that they're speaking to me directly right now, and no. That's not what God's like. God loves you no matter what. Spirit loves you no matter what. This whole idea of spells or magic being bad, or this is all ideas that were made up by men. Because your creator who dwells inside of you, okay, we all know this because it's written in scripture, is the one co-creating with you when you manifest. You manifest involuntarily the way you breathe. Everybody wants to say it's spells, it's not. Okay, spells is just some fancy way that some person came up with to sell the idea of the power of your mind. Okay, the power of your thought and the power of your being. And that's great. It's just we can use meat as an example as well. Pork is just an idea of a product that someone came up with to desensitize you from the fact that it's a sentient being with feelings and emotions called a pig. Okay. That's the same clear example as I just gave with spells. At the end of the day, you are the spell. You are the magic wand. You are the energy, because Spirit, who is your creator, God, dwells inside of you. So you have nothing to fear. If you believe in karma, fine. If you don't, fine. If you believe in the devil, fine. If you don't believe in the devil, fine. Like, I don't have the devil in any of my decks, okay, because I believe differently about the devil than most people. But this is not an entity that I'm afraid of. There's nothing about religion that can make me feel shameful of who I am, or what I'm doing, or where I've been, or where I'm going. And I don't have any devil in my decks. I only have one devil. And the only reason I kept that devil in my deck of cards is because it's Blanche Devereaux from the Golden Girls. Okay. And I like her, and I think it's a great version, of the devil card ever made. All right. She was a honest and faithful wife to her husband till the end of his life. And, afterwards, she always served herself in a way that, made her happy, because she knew life was short. She knew that she was sent here to have fun. Okay. Not put up with people who, want to make life more difficult than it already is. Okay. But yeah, she's my only devil that I ever pull in my deck. I've got different decks that have the devil card, but they're not called the devil. Though I do know what card it is when it comes up. But I refuse to have it in my deck of cards not because I'm scared of it. Okay. I'm not afraid of some silly thing like that. But I can see where you would struggle with the tarot and the religion thing, JJ. Yes, I'm still on here. I was doing a reading for JJ. But first things first, JJ, is getting into the vibe of serving yourself and your feelings, knowing that your creator does not put you on the naughty step for them. Okay? your creator only wants to empower you and make you also see that you are, the operant power in your world. You are the star of your movie. Okay? When they created you, you were made in their image. Okay? How more amazing could that be? To be made in your creator's image. To create. Everything that's in the room with you right now, where you are, it took a thought. Everything that your creator created, it took a thought. I live in a world where, in my mind, I've changed everything about the end of that book. And I've created a world and a reality where God has changed its mind and thoughts through me because I co-create with it. We have another combo. This one is about boundaries and learning about being a receiver instead of always a giver. I know, right? Yeah, and it's so interesting because I do the tarot thing for a living, but I really prefer group counseling and empathy listening and helping people in that way. But if the tarot helps solve things too, I'll definitely read them because they give so much insight, especially when you're reading intuitively like I do instead of from the book. I also just think, why is everything happening? Do I need to take them as a sign to release? So you don't have to give anything a meaning that you don't want to give it to. Sorry, I'm a nail biter. I just bit my nail. That's not cool. I just bit my nail on YouTube. I'm trying to break that so bad without having to paint my nails because I hate nail polish. So no, this whole thing isn't your karma. See how you put yourself on the naughty step? Stop putting yourself on the naughty step. There's no point. You're fighting a senseless battle, a useless battle. So if you believe in karma, sure, yeah, of course, you could be paying for it through your karma, but only if you really believe that kind of thing. But you should definitely follow your inner compass on that release. And the reasoning behind everything happening is because you question it, because you're trying to figure something out. You want to create something, okay, but you're just not sure how to do it on your own because your thoughts become shit and thoughts become things. So if your thoughts are shit, it's all you get. So in regards to your twin flame, it's like, at the end of the day, what do you really want? Does this person still make you feel yummy? Do they make you want to rip your bikini off and, run through the sprinklers butt naked on a hot summer day because they make you feel yummy and you want to do a cartwheel? And you're happy and you just fucking love it so much because they make you feel so yummy? Or are you feeling like, this sucks, this is sad, and I'm never going to have an orgasm again? Because you're literally supposed to be having a good time. And if your twin flame is not making you feel good about yourself and you're in this much of a deep connection, then you could just be in an forever existing dark night of the soul. So it's your job to remove yourself from it and go the load yourself, possibly. Will they come out a better version of themselves? Of course, especially as you improve throughout becoming the better version of yourself. Could you possibly be with them in the way that you want to? Yes, you could be with them because you already are somewhere, because you desire it. There's already a reality where you have, the family loves you, he loves you, he cherishes you, he treats you well. He shows up the way you want him to because you expect it, because you feel that he will, because you just know. But yeah, the feeling defeated, and you will be. Like you brought him in. Yeah. That's understandable. Oops. Sorry, I need to knock the computer and shake the thing, but you can change it. So take a deep breath and comfort yourself and feel that relief of how great it feels to know that you can change all this. And it doesn't have to be this pathetic bullshit story anymore. It doesn't have to be this difficult. And I want you to start telling yourself that you can do better to help you release the resistance quicker against all of this and everything that you're going through. Yeah, I was always a giver, and it's real hard for me to receive. But I'm working on it. So do you have any questions about this reading, JJ? While we are still here. So how many tarot card readers do you use, JJ? Because I would start turning your backs on the ones that keep saying the same things over and over again, like that are negative, that don't serve you. No more serving yourself up with feelings and emotions that don't serve you. Okay? Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If something doesn't resonate, though, it doesn't always mean that it's not going to show up. But also, staying balanced with your thoughts and feelings are going to help. Why? Because you're no longer going, you know that if you emotionalize an intrusive thought, it could happen. Okay? Hey, Liz Love, welcome back to the Chammy. How are you? It's going pretty good. I can't believe I've been here 2.5 hours, but I had to wait a couple hours before going to bed, so I decided to work late tonight. It's like, Wait till a birthday party thing. Oof. Sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean to yawn in your face without covering my mouth. That was so rude. Yes, I am. I'm about to go to bed. It's that time. It was okay. Nothing to write home about, but the cake was good. And I'm having a hard time not wanting to go get another piece right now and eat it while we chat. But I know it won't help my fat ass or my fat mouth or my fat liver, so. I'm kidding about the fat bottom and the fat mouth and the fat liver. I'm just kidding. But it's certainly not going to help me lose the 35 pounds I need to lose. I was like, man, another birthday party's coming up. I'm going to gain 5 pounds. Yes, I do. I want to have my cake and eat it too. So I don't think the doctor understands, like, he's like, okay, yeah, you're 5'4.5" and 175 pounds. And it looks like on the chart it's saying that your body fat percentage is 28%. It's 21.1%. I mean, it's 20%. It's 20.1%. But how? Because I don't, I don't eat a lot of fattening foods, I guess. I don't know. Plus, I told him that I, constantly have been working out and did gymnastics most of my life. So I have a lot more lean muscle mass than body fat, despite being what's considered obese because of my weight. I told him I don't believe in his stupid fucking chart. I believe more in my digital scale and what it tells me than his stupid chart. And that I still don't, believe either one more than I would believe an actual manual checkup on my body fat percentage. Like, remember when you were a kid and you were in school and they would check it with that little pinchy machine thing? Yeah. They would check your body fat percentage with that. I would trust that more than a chart that's a general guideline for normal, what's normal. You could put 10 women who are 5'4.5" and 175 pounds in a line, okay? And every single one of them is going to have a different clothing size, a different bra size, a different panty size, based on their body fat percentage. Anybody who's 5'4.5", 175 pounds is usually a size 18. Please tell me why I'm a size 12. Because I just don't have 28% body fat on me. So I don't know. It's a mystery. I'm a skinny fat person. What can I say? He's all trying to tell me my frame is medium. I'm like, you didn't even touch me. Like, no, it's not. Fuck off. You're not my primary caregiver. Like, some of these specialists, I mean, they're okay, but I think it's interesting that you'll ask them questions and they'll be like, well, I don't know, ask your primary caregiver. But they're going to go and Google the answer that I need to know about what's wrong with me or my body fat percentage. Like, I just thought that was so funny. How many doctors? See how many doctors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I went through 6 doctors to find out that, you know, I ate too much garlic and it wasn't good for the lining of my stomach. Oh, but at least I've got the abdomen of a 20-year-old, despite how ugly the ultrasound looked. I'm glad all that's over. I am feeling so much better. But I kind of wonder, like, what is it? Is it the tea I'm drinking before bed? Is it, less pizza? I mean, I think if you're sharing one pizza a week with 3 other people, I mean, maybe I should just share that one pizza once a month. I mean, really, like, the pizza is the only thing that I could say really is the only really fattening thing that I eat. I mean, I don't drink sodas. I don't eat sugar. Every once in a while, we eat a pizza. And it's like not even a fattening pizza. It's just a pesto pizza with some freaking tomatoes on it. Like, you'd think that maybe I was eating, one of those extra large, extra cheesy, cheese-filled crust fucks from, like, you know, Papa John's or Pizza Hut. But no, just so I'm gonna have to start making my own pizza again and break up with the pizza in the freezer at the store. It'll be fun though. It'll be worth it. Yeah, I love garlic. I love garlic. I love ginger. I love onions. And just eating too much of that, like, killed the lining of my stomach almost. Hey, JJ. But it was mostly through the fact that I was just taking too much ibuprofen for pain management. I needed to be taking less ibuprofen for pain management. Now that I'm not on, ibuprofen anymore, and I've been off of it for a month now. It's helped a lot, like, because I've lost that 15 pounds, and I've realized I don't have to take it anymore. That 15 pounds has really helped a lot with my pain management, more than any ibuprofen ever did. I love curries, and believe it or not, despite the fact that the lining of my stomach was been torn up, curry really has helped it a lot. Oh yeah, for sure. I think when I got in a car accident, I think when I got in the car accident, I was like 165. And then I went from 165 to like 235 because all I could do was stay in the bed. It was so weird. And it took me, I mean, I'm still on crutches sometimes. I could not believe like how fat I got again. Recovering from that car accident. It's like 50 pounds. But at least I got better. And I'm still striving on, creating and manifesting a world where I never got in that car accident and never got hurt and don't have chronic pain. Wow, I've been on for 2.5 hours. It's insane. Oh my God, it's 3:23. Yes, you're right. I'm going to bed. I'm going to do a collective message for everyone real quick before I go to bed because I always like to do the free collective message. For anyone who showed up, I'm pretty sure someone's already tried to skip to the end to see where it was. So let's do a free collective message for anyone who showed up in the chat tonight and did not get a reading, or anybody who might find this in the not too distant future. When I'm not live, Spirit, what do we need to know about tonight? In the morning, the not too distant future movement. The Chariot card. You cannot serve two masters. So start serving that which does serve you and your feelings, your emotions. What kind of spiritual food are you feeding yourself at the end of the day, or even when you wake up? Okay. Get up in the morning, do your gratitude rants. I'm thankful for the ceiling. I'm thankful for the floor. I'm thankful for this house. Thankful for this bed. Thankful for the sleep time I had. Thankful for my breakfast. Thankful for myself, my dog, my family, whatever. Thankful for music, whatever comes to your mind. And serve the reality that you want and not the one that you don't want. And you will see the movement that you want in your life with things that might be feeling hidden, or even that which is not hidden. It makes you feel amazing in this moon card. So I'll be back. I don't know when, but I will be back. And we'll do this again. Tomorrow, I'll try to be a little bit more omniscient about what I'm trying to convey with my mentoring in regards to a specific person not showing up when you've been doing the work to manifest them and your ex shows up instead, or someone that you're feeling not so having the connection with. But we'll get into that tomorrow and this week, and I'll be back later. Thank you so much for showing up, Liz, JJ, Manshika. I'm so grateful for your time, your donations, your likes, your chat. Dollface Diva, thank you. Who else was here? Karen. Keep me updated, everybody. I'm here for you. Akanksha, it was a pleasure to do everybody's readings tonight. Sophie, just keep me updated, guys. I'll be back. Arrivederci. Sayonara. Kalanita. Sweet dreams.